Swans were able to do what 11 other teams hadn't been able to do at the SCG on the weekend. We'll tell you how they did it in a moment, but just for a second, that crowd at that SCG yesterday, the second largest in home and away in their history. How good was that? In footy up there with Buddy and Heaney and Rampy, that was like goosebump stuff.
They've got a lot of stars, Sydney, don't they? Young stars. They've always had a great way of attracting stars, and obviously the younger ones coming through as well.
Had some nice moments up at the SCG this year.
Yeah, no, and it's the city of Sydney have come, and their love for them was obvious. I just thought it was, and there were 60,000 at the MCG yesterday as well.
That was a great crowd yesterday. That was a beauty.
How good's footy going right now? So, what did they do? We had a look at it. We went back and had a look at the Swans, and for 11 games, Collingwood found a way, but they ran into a team that put some things in place that held them in good stead. Yeah, well, the pressure's been outstanding all year, but this is a great effort. As I say, Collingwood had won 11 in a row. So they denied Collingwood's pressure. They were able to sort of retain some possession. Got the game. Collingwood likes to play this real chaos game. So Sydney were able to just pull it back from that chaotic style. So that was point number 2. Number 3, they restricted Collingwood's surge in ball movement. Much like we've spoken about Collingwood's comparison to Richmond when they won in 2017, liked to play fast, free-flowing football, get the ball moving forward. And then point number 4, they tagged Nick Dacos. Now, just because you're in your first year, Gary, shouldn't preclude teams from actually tagging him. Been very kind to the young champ. He's had a great run and made the most of it. So when the game did get into like surge mentality, it's the only time when you're watching it where you're thinking that Collingwood are a chance of winning.
Yeah, and almost the safety valve from Sydney from those periods of play where they need to find a mark. They need to find a mark because that provided Sydney with the opportunity to take Collingwood's pressure away, control the ball for periods. Sydney do it really well. So a lot of teams we see possess the football, but they're non-threatening with it. Sydney, they move forward. They take the game on in that kick mark fashion.
They have good kickers.
They have good kickers and they make good decisions. So they take the corridor on, but they never really look like they're playing a risky brand of football. He's got them playing great style, Horse. Yeah,
and you guys had a look on back. I want to show you something back on July the 18th. So we all thought Sydney were in really good shape, but you had one concern. This was back a month or so ago.
Sydney, after round 18, all their stats are going fantastic, except for the contested possession difference. Now, this is Geelong. The same stats after round 9 for Geelong this season.
Look like this.
They looked exactly the same. So Geelong, clearly since round 9, have been able to turn their contest work around.
So the question is, could Sydney follow suit? And they've gone to work on it, which has been fantastic.
What we asked at that time when it was raised is, how do they turn this part of the game around? Because at that time, it's the only part missing. Well,
was it Josh Kennedy?
Well, does Josh Kennedy go into the middle for an 8-week burst to turn the contested game around? Well, no. It's been Rowbottom, it's been Warner, and it's been Luke Parker. And they've stepped it up to the level that now this is just a strength within their game. It's not something that they're trying to mask. This is, over the last 5-week block, a real asset to them. So at the moment, you look at their profile, there isn't a weakness. So we can start talking about them like we're talking about Geelong in that they play a complete game.
And they've all lifted. 5 of the top 50 contested players in the competition in the last 6 weeks are coming from here. And it was on display against this Collingwood side at the SCG yesterday. Their pressure, their willingness to chase down, their willingness to commit, I thought was outstanding. And the Magpies, for the first time in a while, I wouldn't say they didn't handle it, but it was a challenge for them. And there's one in the moment I'll show you, the Goulden one here. I mean, this is just... Collingwood would get away with this at times against teams who weren't as committed in the chase.
They've been fantastic, guys. It's a real credit to the Sydney Swans and John Longmire, his coaching staff, to get the team up week after week. Part of it's strategy and method, but it's effort. That's an intangible. Just the players bringing their effort and their spirit week in, week out. They've got a great culture, Sydney. So obviously on the back of that pressure, they've matched it up with contest, and now they're a real shot to win a premiership.
Look at a player like Nick Blakey, he's great as the Lizard, your man. He's great ball in hand and he looks so exciting. But I reckon he's sort of symbolic of what Sydney are doing in that he buys in so much defensively with his effort and his chasing, his tackling, that when a player like that does it, it ripples through the group.
It's only a little blip for the Magpies. So